radical. So the meteor streak, you see it right there. You can see the tower on the meteor, like the rocket streak. So for my calculations, if that's true, then the meteor's debris will be right here. It'll be right here in the Weber State football parking lot. I guess I'll find me a big old chunk. And so, get this, KSL. Now KSL is the biggest war profiteering oligarch on their knees, ass kissers in human history. Ever. Still haven't mentioned the word Fukushima to this day. They got experts on there. Oh, fucking the pom-tom military industrialized war machine, pom-pom machine. Oh, and so this guy tries to say that this meteor coming through here was 3 feet. Now you look at the video. If 3 feet was right there, you'd see a little tracer. Slow it down and look at it. I did. More like 30 feet. It's not 3 feet. If it's 3 feet, you wouldn't even see the... I call total bullshit. And then the other one, oh, most likely, who? You got it. The Washington Post. Jeff Bezos paper. The war profiteers from hell. So, oh God, that's freaking 3 feet. See it? See the plane up there? Okay, let's compare and contrast. That's right here, right where the plane's at. You can see that big, that's probably a 747 right there. Well, I know it is. So, oh God, compare and contrast. And you tell me that was 3 fucking feet. Shit. Shit. So, back to the big Z. This is important. So, again, the Washington Panty Painter Post. Don't say the Fukushima word. Jeff Bezos' grandpa, guys, look him up. KSL from hell can kiss my you-know-what. So, they've interviewed people that have left Energy City. Now, Energy City, it's called the gift of energy. It's like Chernobyl. They create these cities because along that incredible river, I've been there, they drained the marsh out. Stalin drained the marsh. One of the greatest wetlands ecosystems on the face of Earth, kind of like they did here. But this is the biggest, probably, besides what they did to the Born on the Bayou or the Marx Brothers Everglades. So they created cities. The gift of energy. That's the name of the city that supports the Big Z. So the Big Z, you'll see 6 reactors. Then there's 2 cooling towers on the end, and then 1. So they'll say there's 6 reactors. You could plain, I've been there. You could plainly say, what are the 2 cooling towers? And there's another one big on the end. No doubt in my mind, it's Mox fuel, and you're talking probably the world's foremost expert on that reactor. Right here, you're looking at it. So they're saying they were working in there. They fled. They quit their jobs and got out at gunpoint, and they'll say there's explosions going in there that's rocking the whole structure. Power out. Now remember, there's probably more spent fuel freaking in the spent fuel pools in the dry containers, turning sand on the state line, turning holy water into wine, the old Soviet state line. Uranium-238 centrifuge, MOX, turned into uranium-235. You know, that's weapons grade. Sugar wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboys, plutonium wars. Now stay with me, this is important. This is a crazy story. So I meet this guy at the Raptors game there, and I really can't stand this dude. I went to high school and just one of those freaking 7th grade hall monitor muck. I mean, I was a heathen in high school. I mean, I hated dudes like that. Just a goody two-shoe, freaking thinks he's all that asshole. And he comes up and talking to me, and he's going, do you want to see something? And get this, he's got a Tokyo Giants shirt. I'm like, Tokyo Giants, huh? Should have my Fukushima shirt on. I said, you know what today is? You cannot make this up. It was on August 9th. What? I says, it's not the South. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to see something cool? And this is how you learn. I mean, I thought I knew everything about the Weber State Military and Trustways Wattis Curse War Complex University. That's where I learned my science. Dr. Winterton, what a gem, man. That's the building. And I plastered. I redid all that stuff. I worked on it years ago. God, what a gem he was. He's the one that taught me about where the Spanish flu, he thought, really came from. Again, war profiteers. Can't talk about that here, Brownie and you. He says, you want to see a cool picture? So Shark's Boys it's called. Shark Arslanian, the greatest no, Jay Hill, the coach here, is the greatest coach that ever was. 2018, that team here. Bad luck. Look at my old beater over there. It's on its last leg. I got a few more days with a template. I don't know. But anyway, I'm a fool to do your dirty work. Look at this. This is cool. Shark was stationed on the island in the South Pacific when they loaded the bomb. Tinian? Well, he didn't know the name of it. Yeah. He's standing in front of the Enola Gay there. They've lost every big game in the history, including the main game. They brought Maine in and says, hey, Blanche, what you do? I'm full of cancer. I'm full of leukemia there. They put me in the fucking end zone. It was about fucking 10 degrees in a fucking snowstorm. Play back the tape. They put me in the end zone. The main guys, they offered to put them in the booth. This is the fucking, it's unbelievable. And I'm like, no wonder. Oh, Shark. I worked for Bruce Handley, who played for Shark or Slaney. He wanted to kill this program. I'm glad they didn't, because Jay Hill has turned it around. I love Jay Hill. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a curse on this fucking place. Ask Damian Lillard. You don't believe me. How can Damian Lillard be ahead by 22 points at halftime and fucking lose? The Big Sky champion. You're playing a tournament? I'm telling you, it's a fucking curse. And so this stadium, she left $750 million in 1970 when GE and Utah Construction merged, the nuclear cartel. I mean, that's who built the stadium. That's who built this whole war profiteer, Browning fucking Arms University fucking war profiteer you. That's who built this place. I'm like, dude, you think that's cool? Jump people were mass murdered that fucking day? By the way, I always like to use those buildings right there because the reactors, the 6 cores, they have brick walls around them just like that. They look just like that. Those are not nuclear cell reactors. So, and all they have is brick walls around them. There's 2 cooling towers there, but the cooling towers that are there are not for the 6 cores. So what's the cooling towers for? Sugar, well, I've tried telling you a million. I've been at that reactor. I've been going off that reactor for 30 years. You can remember, this is the guy who predicted the meltdowns of Fukushima in Japan. I wrote a paper right here in the fucking 1990s when we were the #1 school of business in the United States. By the way, I have the last letter recommendation. It's in the library from the legendary Clyde Cooley. And I graduated in the class that had the highest testing fucking exit score of any fucking finance fucking school, economics school in the history of the United States, the 1996 Weaver State class. I graduated that fucking class. I'm part of that. The high, to this day, the highest, how can they go from the, and I taught there. I fucking, you know, they've screwed me out of the fuck last MBA, first MBA. Clyde Cooley got mad cow and died in 99. So, I called total bullshit on their KSL propaganda. It's right there. The video's coming around. So, okay, I'm going to come out and start looking through the parking lot here and see if I can find a piece of the meteor. Oh, it was only 3 foot. You look at that video and you tell me it's only 3 foot. It looks just like a fucking rocket. And by the way, if you don't believe that Hillfield and the military industrialized complex is completely out of whack here, you don't know nothing about here. Dugway from hell, Energy Solutions from hell, the teacups coming in today. Jason and I were just out there. Jason had a heart attack right when he got back. He's in a hospital in Pocatello, Idaho, almost died. Cesium heart. Everything's okay. Great Salt Lake at perfect level in 2011. You look at that and you tell me, this expert's on KSL from hell, trying expert. If that's an expert, I'm a rainbow striped fucking zebra. I'm a unicorn, like New Scale. We're funding New Scale here in Utah. There are no New Scale. There's no SMRs. But the sheep believe, the Dugway sheep believe, the Dugway sheep believe. Fucking karma here is so, it's amazing because that's how life works. You stayed on its side. And Jay Hill's wife had leukemia. She didn't have AML, she survived. I really like her, by the way. And I'm a big fan of Jay, and they made such a big deal. Here I'm on the campus, sucked up to 119 pounds, could barely fucking walk. Play-by-play, I have AML de novo, which is a death sentence. Vincent Hansen right here, one of the most famous oncologists in the history of the world. My Uncle Thomas is his old business partner. Says straight up, Kevin Lunch is the greatest miracle in my fucking thing. But fuck me. I don't know shit. KSL. Washington Post. So the Big Z. So, tell me this. Would they tell you? There was a radnet dish right there. I videoed it on March 12th of a guy taking it down. I put it online. They immediately took it down. RadNet was immediately crashed on the 12th of March 2011. And Gina McCarthy, she's a czar now? Yeah, she's the climate czar. I thought czars were Russian kings. Like Tsar Putin. Oh, fuck. So you tell me, you look at that video right there. It's right there. That video is right there and you can see it streak across here. I've seen lots of meteors bigger than fucking 3 feet hit here in my lifetime. I know a guy that found a big piece right in Ogden in the 1980s at one. Never made no boom like that. Never made no boom. On re-entry, well, remember when the space shuttle, the EFUS, the fake stucco tile came off? There we go. So you tell me they don't test. That's all we hear all day. Oh, wings, we will pretend, because that's what military industrialized complex war pigs are made of. It's all about the money. I thought they were built for situations just like in Ukraine. I was at the baseball game at the Raptors, and I met a guy, and he's military. We were visiting, and he says, "No, there's a lot of shit going down here right now. And, you know, fuck, Lockheed Martin's got a fucking giant new building out there, just like this. Names, fucking preschool. It's a private fucking school being supported by you, the taxpayer, making people fucking rich. Well, that's the American way now. Hi, socialist. Hi, socialist. You got a PP loan? You got a stimulus check? By definition, I didn't get either one. I got shit. I got a bill for $1.8 million. Yeah. I call bullshit on this KSL guy says it's a 3-foot meteor. I want to ask you one question. If they did strike, the spent fuel pools are the fucking biggest in the world there. They're, well, at least in Europe, the biggest dry cast containment of weapons grade fucking thing. If they hit a dry cast container, or it blows open, or even a spent fuel pool that goes open and starts to leak, it melts, and that's every bit of a fucking core. I want to ask you, if it happened, you read these interviews in the Washington Post, Jeff Bezos' grandfather, guys, look him up, the original. The Department of Energy needs to be dissolved. The Department of Energy is nothing but the nuclear. It was called originally the Department of Nuclear. It needs to be dissolved. That's Jeff Bezos' grandfather, his mother's dad. She was 14 when he was born. Answer me this. If there was a accident over there, no, it's not an accident, fuck, what do you call an accident, Blanche? A bomb strike, and it fucking is releasing, and it's on. The only reason we know about fucking Chernobyl is Igor told us. I'm the guy that announced it, that we're walking from the UN over the Danube. Play back the tape, Your Honor. Kettle me, I'll kettle you. You just can't fucking wrap your mind around it. There's a guy like me. For Hamlet and Cassandra got together and they had a baby. Oh, curse despite that I was ever born to fucking set this right. You're gonna all get your tune. I got some nuclear roof for you, and I got some for me. But you better wear, well, you're going to wear yours with a big old difference there. You look at this video. 3 foot, he says. We wouldn't even see if it was 3 foot. We might see a little streak. You can see it. More like 30 foot. Well, my guess it's even bigger than that. You know, the military industrial, they'll tell you they're redoing the fucking Minimum. I live right there on West 12th Street. I live there. Here we go. Don't call in an airstrike on Blanche. I live there. I live there. I've been in that place since I was a little kid, a little now. You see it now. Western Zirconia! I found the FOIA document. Well, there's no nuclear waste out there yet. There's a super site. They're cleaning up the nuclear waste there when there is none. Okay. Because the Dugway, Utah sheep, they believe whatever KSL, propaganda, war profiteers, get on their knees from hell tells them. Fuck, when I was a kid, the Mormons were still socialists, including my grandfather, Abraham Montego IV, the statue at Old Town. You know, I'm 7th generation here. Seventh. That's all bullshit. I don't think it's a comet. It's a rocket. They'll tell you they're testing. They're redoing the fucking rockets and the whole Putin complex. Putin's fucking testing. They're not going to. Well, you think they're coming out right out and telling us what they're testing? Yeah, they'll admit they're testing. But was it a rocket re-entering? My guess, yes, it is. Where did it end up? It ended up out there behind my house. Well, that's the Air Force bombing range. That's probably where it was supposed to end up. Tell the sheep it was a meteor. And get an expert on KSL to tell you it was 3 foot. And it made a boom like that. Fuck, it almost blew the windows out of my fucking house. So, I don't believe a fucking word any of these fuckers say. One word if you believe anything KSL from hell, Washington Post, any of these freaks tell you. Mainstream media, alternative media, oh, they're even worse. Fucking Alex Jones enough to make me want to fucking vomit. That guy made so much money off my fucking back. All those freaks did. And I can't even get a fucking car. He was paying himself $6 million a fucking year. Fucking freaks. One word. Fukushima. Fucking war profiteer you. They're gonna be good this year, I can tell you that. They're always good. Break the fucking nuclear energy Wattis fucking curse. Take down the Sharks boy sign. Put up Jay Hill's fucking name up there. For whom the bell tolls. I taught at the #1 school of business here. I graduated here. Clyde Cleary dies and Warren Buffett rolled in and fucking took it away. Blackball me? Oh, they don't do that. I want you to Google Farm McKay Brody. Wat Masaka, first player of color in history, and born and raised, both of them in Weber County, Ogden, Utah, just like me. Oh, first player of color, 2 national champions at Weber State, the only ones they ever won. They won more in, I was in the 40s, and then they won a couple in 60 down at the old Deseret Gym that's vacant downtown Ogden. Never won anything since. First player of color in the history of the NBA. Don't you think his number would be retired at Weber State? Paul McKay Brody, don't think there'd be a statue, the greatest fucking Freudian writer in history. Right here, in front of the fucking Weber State. Don't you think? How old of a professor was she here? So you don't think they blackball people? You know shit. They blackballed me when I was in critical fucking condition, dying of cancer. Put me in the end zone doing the main game, 14-point lost. That Hail Mary footage, that incredible. Oh, that's mine. Oh, wings, we will pretend. I call double, triple bullshit on that being a comment. If by that video the tracer rocks be laying right here, maybe they're on the football field. Fucking go pick a few up. Go pick up. They're valuable. They're valuable. Fucking, I call double, triple, quadruple bullshit. And the Big Z, my guess, it's already been struck. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. Who's going to tell you? Same person that told you about Fukushima. The only person on Earth that had it fucking dead to rights every fucking day on Earth. Just the greatest event in human history. The greatest story in human history. Then I get cancer on 11/11. It's the greatest fucking. I have a tale to tell. For a man can tell a fucking 1,000 lives. I've learned my lesson well. Fucking hope I live to tell. Well, I have. Fucking KSL from hell. Kiss my plutonium ass. Jeff Bezos, kiss my capital PU / small TIN Putin Tsar Crown Imperialist Fighter Plutonium ass. Stay tuned.